Maestro? Alright. On a track I want. Give me... We'll find something. Ah, there you go. Told you we'd find something. We're gonna go with this. Howdy, folks. Yeah, that's what we're doing today. Thought I had the camera better than this. Something like that work for you folks? Honestly, I can't get it perfect. I never can. We're gonna hop into it here shortly in a couple minutes. Just bear with me. As always, don't expect too much from me in terms of quality on this thing, but hopefully folks will have some fun and I'll get a little bit of practice in. Hope folks are doing well today. Didn't know if I'd get too dry today or not. Well, here we are. I've only got a couple hours, so I chose a pretty damn simple rendering of Guts. Hopefully I'm able to do something nearly respectful. It's not going to be any kind of amazing thing, but again, something nearly respectful, I'll be happy. Sorry, I had to open the image on another tab. There we go. So we aren't going to go for the hyper detail, of course. Just want to get the profile, the gist, right? See what can be done with my very meager talents.
Dollar coins.
Oh,
Set.
sorry. I knew I wasn't ready. You probably got that all echoed. Let me switch that. There you go. Howdy, howdy, Dollar.
Dollar
Hope you're doing
coin.
well.
Said. I saw your stream this morning from yesterday. I understands.
Copy. Yeah. Good to hear. We'll just have to kind of. We got time, right? But it's got to be done right. It's got to be done right, and there's a lot of reasons to make that transition. So we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I just think it's likely to be a better course overall. For what we're trying to do, and for the kind of storytelling I actually want to do. Jack as a vehicle has been wonderful, but a vehicle for learning has been wonderful. But I think there's more to what we're doing here, and that's the best way to find it, the quickest and most efficiently, I think. Anywho, we'll figure it out. I'm trying something dumb, but I chose the simplest image of Guts I could find, right? So we'll see if it's doable. This is dumb. This is very dumb. Out of like all the kinds of manga characters I could have chose, this is pretty bad. But we're gonna do it. Let's see. So I want to start with that backline. Let's take our time, and I'll do the best I can. Very dumb of me. Alright, so let's get a starting point and an ending point, actually. So, boom. That angle is incorrect. That's better. Alright. Maybe a little larger.
Dollar coins. Said. Dumb.
Very dumb. Very dumb. What I was originally going to do, which was smarter, but decided not to, was I was just going to do the face. The thing that made me want to do this was, as I'm reading Berserk, Miura, his eyes, the eyes he renders are just insane. I think that is something he himself took a lot of pride in, because you can feel it, how it communicates. And so I was going to do something about eyes, do the face and such, but there was no good Guts faces that were easy to get a hold of. And honestly, I don't. This one I was like, well, it's pretty easy shape, right? There's not much detail. He's cloaked. I cowered it out from the original inspiration. It's probably the best thing. Ugh, is that blue light any better? It's kind of half blue, half white. No, let's go with the soft glow. Okay. Guess we'll start with the Dragon Slayer and go from there.
Dollar Coins said. Some manga artists say, they start drawing from the eyes because they are the window to the soul.
Which would, communicate the scene. And I would not be surprised if Miura had similar thoughts, particularly, I mean, it's a huge part of Griffith's personality, but you see it with Guts as well, particularly in moments of anger or moments of calm. Casca has a few too, but Griffith has, insane, detail put into his eyes at certain points. When he's staring down the Count, when the Count's trying to, he's talking to Griffith or whatever, but the Count's already got a plot to kill him in motion, and Griffith just knows it, and then just kind of walks down the hall nonchalantly, and then turns around and then just stares him down. Fucking A, those eye renders. There's a lot of stuff like that I was very, very impressed with, but there's no way. There's no way I could emulate that even. So we're going with a simple profile of the Black Swordsman here. And I'm sure it's gonna be bad, but it's gonna be mine. What a weird shape. It's not quite. This picture could be more HD as well. Okay, I see how it's done. Weird. So I kind of did get the idea right. It's just I followed it through, so it's not. Okay. It's also not that big, or it's bigger. Try it again. In my eyeball proportions. Hopefully over time we'll get a little bit better. Because, yeah, with how I'm learning art, I'm probably going to always be a reference artist. I don't think I have the talent to train myself to be anything else. Or the discipline at the very least. Perfect, that's better. I could live with the shape, but the angle is incorrect. Okay, so what I need to do then is I need to... This isn't a straight line either, so this is going to be incorrect, but help me set the angle. Okay, so follow his neck and back. It ends up widening. Just a little bit. Too much. Too much. got the shape right once, so now I can't repeat it. Always go back. I just wanted mainly to get the tilt right on this. Has a bit of this going on, but it's so subtle, the finesse these artists can possess, period. Fucking incredible. See, it curves in on itself and then that does not quite do it. Because yeah, look at how thin that is. That's not right. Ugh. Hell of a challenge I put to myself. I'm going from 0 to 6. I'm going from cartoon characters to, again, hyper-realistic renderings. Stylistic in a lot of ways, but significantly more grounded than Courage or Samurai Jack, right? It's that angle I can't get right. It's better. It's not good, but it's better. The whole thing is such a slight curve. Spaghetti. Oh. Gotta somehow push forward. Fix things later. It's got a sash on it too. Okay, that's fine. That'd be terrible. Okay. There's folds of clothing and stuff I'm just not gonna get right, but the reason I chose this was because it was a bit easier than some things. Back, it just goes boom, which is kind of funny to me. And partway through, it juts. Not much. It's just basically so. Why? Because that's where the ribs end. So it goes in a little bit, and then the ribs end, and then it falls over his lower back. Okay. So the angle is a little off. And then needs to fall over the butt. I'm gonna see if this gets hit. I'm just gonna leave it in. I don't care. I'm too curious. So that's the first lower back lump. And then from there, it drags itself down. Yeah, it's not an even straight line, but I can jag it on up along the way. up to a point. How many sword hilts is his back? About 4. Okay. Just enough space to get this. Okay. And it starts curving before the 3rd hilt. Or before at the 4th hilt, I guess is what it would be called. So, 1, 2, 3, so this gotta keep going. And then it goes out. Oh my. So, okay. There's no way this doesn't get hit, though. It's very hard to find music that has lyrics that doesn't get hit. No, I'm not trying to perfectly emulate his scritches at the bottom here, which you can't even see. Get up here a bit more, Guts. There you go. Hilt, isn't it? Hilt and a half. And the feet start. What about the feet? Okay. Need to zoom in so much on this. So this sucker, the interior aligned bit. Clothing folds, so I'm not any expert in that, but if I can imply them, I'm going to be happy. The main point of this too is I got to get that shoulder right. That's about a half hilt. This. Too high. But this. And it hits a spike. And it does it again. Down. Guts his throat. Shoulder curves up and under that. Get a head in profile shape's gonna be. That's right, but it's very much wrong. Did that do it? I'm gonna redo this head shape. I just want it to to imply. Right now, and I'll fix the rest of it. So bad. It's so bad. It's alright. Just wanted to imply so I can get certain aspects correct. And like, I don't have them correct. I don't have them correct. How do I do this? Let's get the rest of the profile done. Then I'll worry about the more difficult bits. There we go. Perfect news. This is unlikely to even be good, but I mean, good by my standards. But everything starts somewhere. Arms are wrapped. And I'm in a little bit for the chest. Basically where the lower back came in. And it just goes out. Hilts. About 3 hilts. Okay. 1 second, folks. I'm still here. Oh, that's from the Okay, nothing. Alright. To that later point. Oh, but the profile's done. Just gotta get the head positioning correct now and that collar. tough. Tough. Funny. I don't know why I chose it. Just like another implied fold or something. Again, if this was a higher res image, I'd have better luck. You should see the level of detail I'm working with, which is basically non-existent.
Verisimilitudsk said. Did you start with a gesture, Cody?
Don't know what you mean. That's the level of artist I am. I'm sure that's a term. But, the image you see on screen is the image I am looking at and trying to emulate. That's as deep as my process goes. I have much to learn.
Verisimilitudsk said. Cody, you're killing me.
No.
Dollar coins
You joined.
said. He means did you do an Elden Ring gesture?
Also no.
Dollar coins
Also no.
said. Before you started.
I mean, if it'll make you folks feel better, I'll lie. I'm happy to lie, but the answer would be no. If he means Elden Ring gesture, definitely not. If there's an artistic term known as a gesture, which I think there is, then also no. Sorry,
Dollar
folks.
coins said. No lying, Cody. We solve our problems with truth and love.
Well, there you go. Heard directly from my editor. There's no lying here. So that at least helps me rethink that. The head's gonna be the most difficult. Care about the head shape. Instead of being applied, ain't too bad at the moment. I'm gonna want to do some more work on the bottom of the cape. And then once the shading actually gets done, again, it's not going to be inking shading. It's just going to be what I can do with pencil with my meager skill set. This might actually be acceptable. But for the moment, this'll do. So I need to figure out the head. And then it's basically just diving into details, which is kind of... How the... I'm guessing I should do like what I was doing, which is a general head shape, and then use the hair and facial features to flesh it out. No. I don't know what I'm doing. You've come to watch me drown.
Said. What up, G?
Howdy. Welcome. This is what's up. I'm attempting to very poorly emulate a relatively simple image of Guts from Berserk. It's going to be a very poor emulation, but ain't going to be mine. Welcome. There's more space between the sword and his head. Because there's that sash coming off of the sword. About here. Like that. Again, the image I'm working with is kind of low res. No excuses though, I'm just bad at what I do. I think the head's just bigger than I'm giving it credit for. It's both bigger and not bigger. How does that work? I guess I'm thinking about it from multiple angles is how it works, and my brain can't pick one. It's like it's... And at the same time, it's... Maybe it was just a little wider than I gave it credit. Yeah. Okay. Okay. It's just not as tall as I was giving it credit. It's again, wider. Should be flatter though coming up. Huh. Feels like it should be less wide and taller, but at the same time... Ooh. I was glad I didn't have to draw any hands and feet. No, I do have to draw feet, but boots, right? That's not so bad.
Whedon Gani said, "Did you play Red Dead Redemption?"
Didn't beat it. Did play it. I'm actually pretty close to beating it, but I just never finished it. I've been taking my sweet time with that game for like a very long time. Very good game. Writing, gameplay, all the stuff. Like, totally. If I was as much of a gamer as I was when I was younger, I definitely would have beat it already. There's just not enough time for everything I need to do. It's just not, and it sucks, but the sacrifices are worth it. Right now, I'm in a reading phase, so I'm reading a lot. Like, Arthur's sick right now. We just saved John from prison. That's what I remember, but it's been months since I played. Months and months and months. This head shape is not good, but...
Whedon Gani said, "You drinking today, brother?" Face with tears of joy.
Not as early as it is here. Right now it is 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So no, and I've got to do some stuff in town later. So no. I did a drinking stream yesterday. It wasn't really much of that. But if you want that kind of stream, it was called Storytelling or Story Structure and the Limits of Time. And I did have a couple shots during that one. But no, I'm a poor artist as it is. So having shaky That could be relaxed hands, right? And I mean, for some folks that does work. But until I have foundation down, I don't really want to shake it up. So I don't think any draw stream I do is going to involve drinking. But I could jabber on plenty on any given day, while sauced, as it were. Hair's terrible. I have to get it really dark so that you don't see the outline of Guts' skull there. But one step at a time. He just really just implies the eye, which is crazy, and then implies the cheekbone. I mean, all art is implying stuff, right? So it's kind of a dumb thing to say, but nonetheless, sort of ridge bone there, up into a snoot, roundness to it. Cut there. My nose is terrible. So you don't make the headlines thick, because you gotta erase them. It's alright. Oh god, that nose is terrible. Oh, that nose is gonna be tough. Gotta break in from in here, then out at a not ridiculous schnoz angle, which is what I did. Just kind of exist and go on in. Of course, Guts has the scars. Here's a lip shape. God, so many tiny lines. Probably was done on bigger. Well, I don't know. This panel's probably actually pretty small. Even on the giant paper that mangaka would use. That's not bad, actually, for me. I'm actually kind of happy with it. That's not what I expected. Thick. It's too bad. This part's done. That's excellent. Now it's just the fun part, making it look better. I'm actually relatively happy with that guts face. I'm very surprised at that. Not stoked, of course, but... Make the foot line real thick too, so you know it's a boot. I'm gonna have to look at the detail on the boot, see what I can do. Honestly, I don't think I can do that good. That's terrible. That needs to go right there. Let's look at this boot. There's a foot next to it too, implied, because he's stepping. But God, if I know it. So the heel is bad. There we go. It's a better heel, and then the other foot is like stepping, so it's bending and circling from above the heel. God, that's a complicated shot for me. It's a lot to ask. Let's see. And it goes. Really? It's a really simple thing, and it's actually like these lines aren't as defined in the actual line work, which doesn't help me much. There's a bigger space here. I have no idea what to do there. Like, even emulating the shape doesn't make any sense to me. How that works. But it fucking works. I just don't get it. And that's where knowing what you're doing would probably come in handy. Now we need these lines. Which the big one is from here, and it moves out, goes down, meets this one. There's a bunch of others from the rest of the clothing folds, right? What it does for the inking is fucking insane. Over here. It's the brush strokes that would actually do that properly, right? He's coming like this when he inks. It's coming around in a backwards cut. That's maybe I should just do that. It'll help imply around this, even though it's black already. Eventually I'll try and fill out all that space. What I'd like is the implication from my shading to do something even remotely similar to what happens here. But it's just not gonna happen. That talent. Skill developed at the very least. Oh, I can try and apply it, maybe. Like a poor man's imitation. This though. So many lines to get the flow on this part of the cloak correct. I don't know. Got another live stream interview here in about 2 hours. I had no idea how long I've already taken on this, but it seems like only about an hour, which not bad. I'm doing something I'm exceedingly intimidated by.
Dollar Coins said, "Interview, oh boy."
Yeah. So I put out a Ironverse quickie yesterday, and it's with that creator. So it should be fun because I was not. I was kind to his work. I told him what he needed to be told. but nonetheless, it was not what he needed to be told. Wasn't kind. It wasn't a gentle thing. So he made what I would call a very egregious mistake. And I reiterated on it for about 20 minutes. I feel bad, but nonetheless, it's like, it's what I do with that series. If I was the editor, I would have fucking done the same thing, you know? So, like, at the end of the day, I don't feel that bad. But, so I'm curious. I'm curious if he's going to have anything to say about it. He was really cool in the comments of the video. I'm assuming it'll be the same in the video. Oh, yes. Alright. So then I need to do the same
Dollar Coins
thing.
said, I wanna chew him out too. I'm joinin'. Dollar Coins.
Just
said,
tell him don't put 9 to
me
13.
a leg.
Yeah, don't.
Dollar Coins.
Just tell him what I told him.
Said, growl sounds.
Yeah. Go get him. Ironverse editor tag team. Just tell him the same thing I've fucking talked about for... And then even on story structure, on the stream that I did later, it's the same thing I ended up talking about again later, because it was just like such an obvious, like, don't do this. The whole comic issue was 9 to 13 panels per page. The pacing was terribly fragmented. It was a very poor reading experience. Very hard to comprehend what was going on. You don't want that. So that's kind of all I told him. I did it for 20 minutes. There's no way I can emulate how Miura does the waves in the cloak. It's just not going to be doable. I don't understand, which sucks because it's actually a lot of the spirit of the piece. But do what I can do. It's just I don't know what to do to emulate that properly. So if I can just imply it a little bit, I'll be happy with that. But I think it's because I got lazy and didn't do enough lines. I've only got 2, and Miura's got like 4 by the bottom. Some of them split, some of them are wavy. I mean, the guy knows what he's doing. I'm just some idiot. Oh, and I still haven't figured out how to do that bottom foot. Yeah.
Dollar Coins.
Oh, yeah.
Said, Miura is using a paintbrush with ink likely.
Oh, yeah. No, you can tell, and you can tell what the difference between brush strokes is, right? Here, this guy. Oh, I am selected, so watch. You know what? I'll just do it this way. A lot easier. Take that off. Turn on display capture real quick, so you guys can see what I'm seeing. So yeah, no question, right? He is definitely, and like the image is probably a little, well, I don't know, it might be about the size I'm working on for the panel, right? Probably not a very big panel, especially with the detail I put on the face. I think it's probably a pretty small panel. But yeah, it's no question, right? So when he was inking, he would and then dig it, and then dig again, and then around other places he'd do a little cross parallel, and then when you get down here, it's big, thick black. So all I can do is kind of emulate the blacks, which I didn't do very well. And then I can't emulate the scritching, right? I don't know how. With a pencil in particular, but just like period, even if I had the proper tools, I don't know how. And there's more lines, and I think that's the only way I'm going to even come close. So I need to get less lazy. Just try and get a couple more lines out of this. Basically, they're the lines off the tatters. Right, so... But then there's like bigger folds that have sections of like, yeah, I don't know how to draw clothing. But no excuses. I'm just going to do the work, and what comes out of it comes out of it. Am I going to be perfect? Hell no. That's kind of what's allowing me to do the work in the first place, so it's fine if it's not perfect. There's a lot more spaces of like white though. Lines. The lines in that back foot. Not that. I thought the head was gonna be the toughest, but I'm okay with this head. Is it perfect? God no. But I'm okay with it. It actually kind of has guts feel to it, but this needs to be darker because I need to shade in that part as well. But yeah, this part of the cloak is just a nightmare. Yeah, it's really where the talent really is shown on this piece. God, if I know what I'm doing with it. Keep some lighter and some darker, it'll have some kind of effect, but it's not that one. This one. There you go. But it's not gonna have the implications, right? It looks it's terrible. And I still need to figure out that bottom foot as well. So I guess that's the next thing I'll try again. Is this bottom foot. It's a weird like implication what the lines like accomplishing and the shape is weird. It's not bad. And this also kind of all blends together. See if we somehow salvage this. What'd you find out? I did okay up here with these, but once you get down to this, it's just a nightmare. I don't know how to salvage it. Yeah, I do. Okay. Fuck. Alright. This hurts so bad. That's what's gotta happen. Ugh. Ouch. Ouch. Alright. So, what needs to happen is I need to be smart and actually flow the angles off of the tatters, which is what seems to have been done. So you go. There's another one. He likes, like, so it feels like it flows. My guess is it kind of flows until it backs up to that line. Yeah. I don't know how he's using the negative space. The whites. Like, I don't know the theory behind the white stuff, so it's harder for me to emulate it. It's where the light is hitting. That's what it is, but... This thing's a mess. Light hits like that.
Dollar Coins said, "What stuff is white ink over black ink while also being black ink over white ink?"
Yeah. So instead, I have to use the paper as my white ink, right? It's natural shade. And which I can kind of accomplish with my eraser, right? Be the perfect effect. What did I do? That's much better.
Dollar Coins said,
That's much better.
"You prob should have started first with Chibi Puck."
You bastard. Just as I finished Guts. You bastard. Alright. I love you, brother. We're doing Puck. I've got time. We're doing a little Puck, too. There's no way I could ignore Puck. I can't believe you. Puck. Zerk. Gee. See if anybody's got a good Puck. Doesn't even have to be the... That's a funny image. Not... yeah, I want to do it. It's so tiny, though. Can we get a bigger image of Puck? I mean, Puck's tiny. But you're right. I should have started with Chibi Puck. If I was going to do Berserk. Honestly, I should have started with, like, Luffy or something like a simpler manga character design, the cuts. But this is why I went with a simple, like, implied shadow one, and I just kind of have to get the face. But I think what I was able to do with the eraser actually worked. Is it perfect? No. But it provides an effect which I can live with. Maybe I take out PNG. Just give me an HD one. Oh, there's Chibi Puck. Oh, he's so easy. Yeah, we'll go with Chibi Puck. Here, we'll do this one. It's adorable, but I'm gonna have to. We'll go over here again. So we need this, and then we're gonna have to pluck out the background. But that's Guts. Let me see if I want to thicken that outline though. It was basically Guts. I'm basically done with Guts, but there might be like I might want to thicken that outline there. In fact, I'll do that while this is taking. Oh, I had to launch Steam again. That's fine. Open photo. No, did I not download it? Thought I saved image as. Oh, maybe I just opened it. Save image as. We'll finish with Puck. What? Oh, that's the problem with this one. Okay. Oh, okay, I see. I see. Looks like this tool might do what I want it to. So I'm actually probably going to end up putting more time into getting a Puck transparency than I am to actually drawing Puck. The irony is not lost on me. Edit. Detail. Restore. Let's just make sure this stuff's going. Just make sure all of that actually exists, please. That's all I ask. It's gonna have like a white glow around it, but I don't really care. Again, I don't want to spend more time on it than I actually would. Yeah, it's a terrible PNG, but not this one. This one. I'm spending more time on this.
dollar coins. Said. Good puck.
How long have I been muted? How long have I been muted? I don't know, but we finished. I don't know how long I've been muted. This sucks. Nobody told me. I have no idea how long I've been muted. That's could be this whole stream for all I know. Oh well, we finished. We did it. I like it. It's not
Eliza
amazing.
Barr said, "You've been muted for 90 minutes." Dollar Coins said, "We did it."
We did do
Eliza
a dollar
Barr
coins.
said, "I thought this was a silent stream." Dollar Coins said,
Oh, okay.
"When you started the puck you muted."
Okay.
Eliza Barr
It's just Puck.
said,
Alright.
"I'm joking."
Oh, that's good. It wasn't the whole stream. I didn't think it was the whole stream, but yeah, it was a good chunk of the stream. Alright. Oh, well. I started the Puck. That's alright. Could have been worse. I had plenty of amazing puns, particularly talking about the chub. But that's just what it is. They were just for me. Part of my journey. You folks didn't get to join. But yeah, here we go. Guts. Puck. Done. That'll do it for today's stream. Don't know what I'll do next, but this was a fun exercise. Was it great? No. Again, I'm not gonna produce great art, particularly when we're trying to do something like this compared to something like this, right? But yeah, folks, thank you for joining me. I'm Cody with Iron Bruce Comics, and I'll catch you later. I'll be on with the Submarine Treehouse, Armin Nassim, here in like an hour and a half, unless something happens on his end. So you can catch me there. Take care.
Dollar Coins said, "Later everyone."